Today's obituaries are brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home. Graveside services for Betty Jean Breeze, 85 of Cullman, will be today at Washington County Memorial Park in West Bend, Wisconsin. Cullman Funeral Home directing those arrangements. Miss Breeze passed away Wednesday in Cullman. Memorial services for Marie Anita Gallion, age 72 of Cullman, are incomplete at this time and will be announced later by the family. Cullman Funeral Home is assisting. Ms. Gallion passed away Wednesday at Cullman Regional Medical Center. Graveside services for Irvin E. Wilbanks, age 56 of Hansville, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Garden City Cemetery. Holly Pond Funeral Home directing. Mr. Wilbanks passed away Wednesday. Visitation will be 9 to 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. Funeral services for Mac C. Rice, age 88 of Good Hope, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. Billy Randolph, Tommy Graves, and Whit Rice will officiate. Burial in Cullman City Cemetery. Moss Service is directing. Mr. Rice passed away Wednesday at his residence. Memorial services for Jimmy Wayne Brown, age 63 of Hansville, will be at 2 p.m. on Sunday at Daystar Church. Ben Murray and Matt Carmichael will officiate. Moss Service Funeral Home is directing. Visitation will be 1 to 2 p.m. Sunday at the church. Visitation will be 6 to 8 p.m. tonight. Funeral services for Davina Olivia Big Mom Swafford Dickory, age 88 of Vinemont, will be at 11 a.m. today at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. Ms. Dickey passed away on Wednesday at Hansville Nursing Home and Rehab. And those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Bank presents Today on 2, broadcasting live at channel2coleman.com. Anytime you want to watch us, we're available at channel2coleman.com.
Just come into one of our offices.
It's Friday.
It's a Friday.
You ready for a weekend?
Yes, it's a little cloudy this morning, though.
It is cloudy.
It's cloudy.
Let's check the weather and see what's going on this weekend. Our weather brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. We start with the weather almanac for the 15th day of November. The average high temperature 64, the average low is 42. The record high on this date, 1955, it got up to 81 degrees, as opposed to 16 degrees, the record low in 1969. Sunset this afternoon, 9 minutes after 5, sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:54. Checking the satellite picture to see what's going on around the country. It looks like we're surrounded by rain, doesn't it? Moving through Louisiana and Arkansas and down on the Florida Panhandle and so forth. But our part of the country, let's see what the forecast is. Cloudy today. We do have a 40% chance of rain this afternoon, a high of 57. Cloudy tonight, low around 50. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, warming up to 65 tomorrow. Sunday, the temperature warms up to 70, but we also have a 70% chance of rain on Sunday. Monday's high 62, Tuesday 54, and in the mid-50s for the rest of the week with sunny skies. So there we go. Kind of a rainy weekend, I guess, although the temperatures will be more mild than we've seen the last few days.
Yes.
Well, let's see. Who's our Facebook friend of the day for today?
Our Facebook friend of the day today is Rayanne Moore, and she likes being a full-time mom in the Today Show. And it looks like she has a lot of work at home.
I would say she ought to be a full-time mom.
That's right, and she'll receive a large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue.
Okay, we have a busy program lined up for today. Who's our guest for today?
That's right, Mayor Corey Harbison is here to speak with us today on our That's Politics show.
Okay, we'll continue our program, and we have some prizes to give away. We'll talk about our birthdays and anniversaries. Stay tuned. We have more right after this.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Back to Today on 2. Before we show you our regular prizes for Friday, we have a bonus prize to give away for today. Next Tuesday is community concert. And we have 2 tickets to give away to community concert. The entertainers will be Yang and Olivia Liu.
Yes.
Personal friends of yours. You don't think so? They are very accomplished Oriental artists. They play piano and violin. And I watched a video on YouTube, and wow, they are good. So anyway, we have 2 tickets to community concert Tuesday night for Yang and Olivia Liu, not personal friends of Paige. Our other prizes, we have KSW Colored Salt. Now this person is a personal friend of yours, isn't he? That's right. They're available at Rumor's Deli and at Gelato Joe's. And we have the large pizza from Papa Murphy's, Take and Bake Pizza. Those are the prizes we have for today. Of course, we'll ask you a question about one of our merchant ads, so let's go with our ads for today. Starting with Hansfield Guns and Ammo on the corner across from City Hall. Paul has targeted high prices. Cash price right now, 15% above wholesale at Hansfield Guns and Ammo.
And the UPS store, it has all your Christmas shipping needs. They're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6, on Saturday from 8 to 2, and they're closed on Sundays, but they're located on 2nd Avenue Southwest.
Auto Tech Repair and Service, doing major engine repair, transmission and brake repair on all vehicles, foreign and domestic, on County Road 1354 in Vinemont.
And Mullins Body Shop, you've counted on them for over 50 years for auto body repair and towing, and you can count on them today. Call Sunny, Stacy, Beth, or Jim, 734-1353.
AmeriGas is now called Coast Gas. Different name, but still the same people. They have 24-hour on-call service, 24/7 answering service, very competitive pricing, located on Eva Road near 157.
And Brown & Company Beverages, they are a specialty wine and beer store. They have the taste of fall right now with seasonal beers in stock. They also have wine and beer tastings. That's at Brown & Company Beverages.
Jolly Time Rentals, where fun is always in the air. Call 256-620-JOLLY. That's 5655 for licensed inflatables, slides, water slides, toddler activities, and so forth.
DEB'S Bookstore is your hometown bookstore just down the road. Browsers are welcome and gift certificates are available. Used books are half price every day and new books are 20% off every day at DEB'S Bookstore.
Night Free Insurance, providing insurance coverage for over 3 generations. Named one of the top 10 growth agencies in the state of Alabama for auto owners insurance. Night Free Insurance.
And Grand Point Pharmacy, think outside the box for this season. They have a gift shop open with ginger snap jewelry, distinctive coffee flavors, case knives, engraved, and more. That's at Grand Point Pharmacy.
And day passes are available to the Wellness and Aquatic Center. Of course, they have the full fitness center. They have a variety of classes, the indoor pool, indoor walking track. They have it all at the Wellness and Aquatic Center.
Baldwin Counseling Center, having problems, need to talk, or want privacy? Well, Dr. Howard Rogers is the person to contact. He offers weight loss, individual and family counseling, and lifestyle coaching. That's at Baldwin Counseling Center.
And our question for today, I'm going to mention a brand name. You tell us the name of the store that sells this particular product. It is called LaFawn. LaFawn is available at which one of our advertisers? 256-734-7399 is our telephone number. And our prizes for today, again, 2 tickets to community concert coming up Tuesday night, KSW Colored Salt, and the Take and Bake Pizza from Papa Murphy's are the prizes for today. Go ahead and call in with your answer while we watch Money Matters, brought to you by Premier Bank.
Hi, I'm Mike Doss with Premier Bank in Coleman, and a lot of non-customers ask, what do I need to cash a check that's off of Premier Bank? And it's very simple. A valid driver's license or a pictured ID, a military ID, is sufficient. And as long as you've got a valid ID, it's a very quick transaction. And this is Mike with Money Matters.
Our question for the day is, which advertiser sells LaFawn products? And we have a caller on the line ready to give us an answer. Hello, who's calling?
This is Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte. From where are you calling?
Coleman.
Okay, LaFawn is available where?
Doug Doggett.
You got it right. Doug Doggett Jewelers, LaFawn Jewelry. Stay on the line, Charlotte. Thanks for calling in. LaFawn Jewelry at Doug Doggett Jewelers. Let's check that ad and the rest of our merchant ads. And we start with Highway 278 Pickers, an antique mall and market. It is a picker's paradise. They have fashion items, they have jewelry, they have artifacts, sports memorabilia, and they're just west of the interstate.
And Cotton State Barns of Coleman, you can buy or rent to own here. They have carports, play sets, utility trailers, storage buildings, and more. No credit check and you're approved. That's at Cotton State Barns of Coleman.
Busy Bee Cafe, backed by popular demand, now offering German meals as a regular item on the menu. Coleman's one and only place for German meals, Fridays and Saturdays.
Earl's Body Shop, they're voted the best towing service. David, Diane, and employees thank you for this honor. They have large and small towing available, local or long distance. You can visit them on the web at earlsbodyshop.com.
New fitness facility is available in downtown Coleman called Be Fit on 1st Avenue Southeast next to Moe's Barbecue. $50 a month, and you just pay month to month, no long-term contract. Be Fit.
Yates Chance Christian Bookstore, they have a Christmas open house November the 23rd. They have store-wide savings with discounts up to 60% off. They have refreshments, store prizes, free giveaways, and more.
Tires for Less, more than just tires. They do oil changes, minor engine repair, replace shocks and brakes. Of course, they have Bridgestone and Firestone tires as well. Tires for Less on Highway 31 North.
Mr. Hicks Menswear, they are the Reader's Choice Award winner for men's clothing, and they're now offering suits made to your measurements. They have business men's regular sizes and big and tall sizes at Mr. Hicks Menswear.
There's LaFawn Jewelry available at Doug Doggett Jewelers. LaFawn Flawless Beauty. I like that. Check them out on the web also, doggettjewelers.com.
And the new $5 lunch is happening every day at Dairy Queen from 11 to 4. You can upgrade your sundae to a small blizzard for only $1, and this lunch does include dessert.
Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue has the football tailgate packs. $50 gets you the small package of ribs, pulled pork, all the sides, including the barbecue cheese fries. There we go with our merchant ads for today. Let's check birthdays and anniversaries for this weekend.
All right, on this Friday, Ricky Willoughby, Hank Opple, and Brooke Dibble celebrate a birthday. On Saturday, Wayne Dean celebrates. And on Sunday, Brody Washburn celebrates. And now it's time to draw for our ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
Okay, our winner for this week is Brody Washburn. Birthday coming up on Sunday.
And on Sunday, Mike and Sherry Washburn will celebrate an anniversary.
Mike and Sherry Wallace have an anniversary coming up on Sunday. Okay, we'll continue our program with our community billboards and the weather.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with stripes and cutaway coat, perfect fit.
That's why I shop at Doug Doggett Jewelry.
Putting on the Ritz.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. And the Walk for Children will be November the 16th at the Wallace State Track. There will be a 2-mile run and a 1-mile walk, $10 for the walk and $15 for both. All funds go to Children's Hospital. And our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. If you have a billboard that you would like to send to us, please email it to channel2coleman@gmail.com, fax it to 734-7680, or be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2 Coleman.
Our weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. Could be a rainy but mild weekend. Our forecast for today, cloudy with a 40% chance of rain with a high near 57. Cloudy tonight, a low near 50. Cloudy again tomorrow with a high of 65.
This is corporate headquarters. As you can see, I have a unique business. How do I compete with the big boys? Got this fancy business address, a marketing department, distribution center, got a great team, even a cafeteria.
That's mine.
From packing and shipping to printing and mailbox services, come into the UPS store for everything a small business needs.
I love logistics.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Thank you for coming to see us there,
Glad to be
Corey.
here. Of course, good. Good to see you.
Good.
Not only mayor of Good Hope, but also a candidate for representative place. What is it now?
District 12.
District 12, that's what I thought, yeah.
Corey done a good job at Good Hope.
Yeah, definitely.
He got people, he got things going down there.
We work hard.
I know.
The situation with the city clerk back in the spring, I guess it wasn't this year, some of the things that came to light. Has all that been resolved, Corey, or is that still ongoing?
It's still ongoing at this point. We did receive a letter that the board is going to review it in Montgomery in December. So,
is this the Attorney General, or which board is that?
The Alabama Ethics Board.
Oh, Ethics Commission. Yeah.
Okay. And so they can. There's several ways they can handle the situation, but it's still pending, and I don't get too much into it because I don't want to hinder the investigation. I've been fully cooperative and provided any information that they've asked for, but hopefully that chapter will be closed soon and move on.
What about your efforts and your attempt to take this position? Mac Buttram is the incumbent in that job as representative. Let me ask you, Corey, what is it that he might have done that you would have done differently? Can you think of some examples of how maybe you think that something else should have been done?
Well, I will say I think that Mac is a nice guy. I like Mac. The one thing that I can say that I would probably do a little different if I were in office is maybe be a little bit more up to date on the legislation that's passed and be able to explain it a little bit better and be a little bit more approachable on some things. But I'm not in it to sling mud. Like I said, I do like Mac, and I think he's a nice guy, and I don't want to get in and say too much. I want to run on my accomplishments as mayor and what we've done and what I feel like I can do for District 12.
Corey, I talked to some people about education, and they really, some of them are really concerned about education. And I want to know, are you going to support strongly education, or are you not? If you're not, I think you ought to. I think the most important thing in this state is education. A good educational system.
Yeah. Well, and this is what I tell everybody about education. If we do not push education and we have a poor education system, this state's not going to evolve, and the better educated students that this state produces, the better jobs they're going to get when they get out into society, the more money they're going to have to spend when they come back and put it into tax dollars back in our community. So it's a trickle-down effect. Education is where everything begins.
Well, let me ask Mr. Burleson, when he asked about supporting education, what aspects of education, Tom, or were you thinking of that maybe need more emphasis?
Well, I don't know, but I think at the present time, of course, a lot of changes going on in education, and I don't know if it's going to work or not. But if it works, it'll be fine. But if it don't, we need a strong educational force in this state, and we need some way to make sure that these kids that are in poverty have an opportunity to go to education or to get graduated in education, because if that kid gets a good education, look at the tax money, more tax money he'll bring in for the state. And that's all I say.
Well, you look at the Accountability Act that was passed, and then you look at the way that the retirement was done for the teachers' retirement. and I'm not saying how I would have voted, because I'll be honest, I have not read the bills complete, and I don't know. But I do know this. If I were the legislator, I would be able to sit down and explain why I voted for it or why I didn't vote for it. And the positive, if I voted for it, I would the AEA and the education folks have made a good point of why they're against it, but I have not heard a good stance of why some voted for it. And I think that if you're going to be in Montgomery, the best thing to do would be to sit down and explain, hey, I understand the negative sides that you see, but this is the positives I see out of it, and this is why I support it. And to this point, I don't think that's been done.
What after one session in Montgomery by the legislature, what can people look back and say Corey Harbison was able to do after being in office for a couple of years?
Well, this is that's a hard question, because it's hard to tell what you can do. And that, when I was campaigning for mayor, I was 22 years old, and I heard 100 things that people wanted done, and this is what I told everybody. I'll do my best. I'm not going to make any promises, because nobody knows what can happen. Nobody, I mean, you look in and you consider the things that the people want, and you try to work for it. I'm the kind of guy that if I support something, I'll tell you why I support it, and let's get together. But if I honestly feel that the majority of the people are against something, and if I receive a lot of calls against it, I can, even though I personally may support something, I can back down from it, or vice versa. If I don't support something and I feel like that the majority of the people in District 12 want it, I'm there to represent my constituents.
Corey, we need politicians to represent the people. I don't care about party. And a good example is what Washington did this past year, the conflict they had in the legislation. I don't care if the issue is for the people. I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. Support it. Support it. If it's for the people.
Yeah.
And sometimes, in my experience, at times it's been difficult to determine how people felt about some things. Yeah. Some people were so apathetic. I mean, you've got a radio announcer, you've got a talk show host in San Francisco who goes out on the streets and asks people to sign a petition to have a police state. And people sign it. They just don't consider what is going on and what the implications are. And I don't know, sometimes you just don't know until you make a decision and people start screaming.
Well, that's right, yeah. I agree.
But
that's when foresight comes in. You gotta use a little bit of judgment. Yeah.
What about the decisions made by this legislature? They tried to get tough on immigration, and illegal immigration.
Right.
And of course, we had a judge rule some of that invalid and unconstitutional. So the bill was gutted to some degree. But you've had that, and you've also had some of the other things the Republican majority has done. Has there been anything that you've been in disagreement with that the legislature has done the past couple of years?
Well, the education is the main thing, and I'm not necessarily in disagreement with it. I think there's just too much left unanswered with that. As far as the immigration, I do agree that immigration reform is needed, but I think that there are some serious issues that need to be addressed that have not been addressed, and that's your state-funded programs from food stamps and things such as that. There's some serious problems in the state with people taking advantage of the system that really should not be, and I think that there needs to be some reform there.
I didn't realize, and I know for some families it's not much of maybe because of circumstances they don't have an outside paycheck coming in, no one works, but for the single rate for food stamps a month, I think is like, now it's been dropped to about $180 for an individual. For a family of four, the amount is close to $400. But still, that seems like a lot of money. You know what I mean? For a family of four,
you would think somebody among the group, unless they're all elderly, would be able to get a job, you know. I think, and you got people selling food stamps on Craigslist, you know, and Jeff Sessions was right in terms of the fraud that's going on.
Yeah.
I think. But, you know, heaven help the legislator who makes an issue of that, because then you become an instant Mo Brooks. You become an instant, I don't know who else you could use, Scott Beeson maybe, you know, who's a radical. But there is abuse in the system.
Sure. That's one thing that I do believe, and I will stand behind, is reform with those programs. It's very important. It's draining our system, and there's too much money being put in it that could go to other places. If there was reform there, there's no telling how much money could be saved if it was administered the way that it should be.
And the reform, you ought to attach it. They got to work to get it.
or you know, for a certain amount of time, and them show proof that they're actually looking for jobs and trying to do something.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we're running out of time. About half a minute here. Corey, why should people vote for Corey Harbison, District 12 representative?
Well, you know, I think that if you talk to the folks that I work with in Good Hope Now, they'll tell you that I'm a straightforward kind of guy. If there's something against me and it's even hurtful to me, I'll be straightforward with you. You know, I try to tell people I'm a young guy, and some people say that it's a bad thing, but I'm going to use that to my advantage. I hope to have kids one day. I hope, if I live to my life expectancy, I have a long time in this state, and I'm going to work hard to make sure that I do have a good life and my kids have a good life, as to compared to somebody that's at retirement age and their kids are already grown and ready to get out of the house.
Thank you, Corey. Appreciate you coming to see us today.
Corey, appreciate you coming.
Glad to be here.
For Today on 2, that's politics.